think of a movie that's even funnier than this. Maybe as funny, but certainly not funnier. And it's so good. I love it so much. And we are talking about Young Frankenstein. This, by the way, is a classic group. This is the Siberians with Crying Baby Won't Help the Heart. I can't hit that note. It takes a lot of warming up for me to get close to that note, and I haven't done that. It was mad smooth. I'm gonna put links in the bottom for all the music. That's per normal. Moving on. The Young Frankenstein. I'm sure I ain't gotta tell you, Pimp. This is like one of the funniest. This has got to be the funniest movie of all time. I was thinking about this on the train ride back from Academy Records. I can't think of a funnier movie. Like the other stuff I could think of would be like Some Like It Hot, maybe, or like The Big Lebowski, like a couple others, but like nothing. Like they're all like at best they're as funny as. You know what I mean? I was talking about this movie with a coworker of mine, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, and my favorite scene in this, one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a movie is there's a moment that Doris Leachman has, Doris Leachman, I always say her name wrong, Cloris Leachman, there we go, that Cloris Leachman has, where she's walking with the light, the candle, and she just kind of does one of these like faces. Oh God, I have to pause the movie because I'm laughing too hard every time that happens. I have no idea why. She doesn't say anything. It's not even the funny bit in the scene. Something about it cracks me up every single time. I love it. I know you love it. It's a great flick. Bungle. And then moving on to the next one is Rio Bravo. Now, I know that you just got done watching Bow to Buster Scruggs, the new Coen Brothers movie, which, as you've told me, is most awesome. I'm very happy to hear that. I know that you don't know much about westerns, which is cool because that's a lot of people. If the one western I always recommend to everybody, even if you don't like westerns, is Rio Bravo. It's just a great, like Quentin Tarantino calls it the best hangout movie of all time, and I'd have to agree. Like, it's just the whole premise of the movie is a real simple premise. John Wayne is the sheriff of this town, and he is what is he doing? He has a prisoner, but he has to wait for like the cavalry to come to like get this prisoner out of his town. Meanwhile, there are people attacking the little like jail to try to get said guy out of jail, and the only people helping John Wayne here are his deputies, which are Dean Martin, who in the movie plays a drunk, which is not a big stretch for Mr. Martin, but nevertheless, and also helping him is a young gunfighter by the name of Ricky Nelson, and and Angie Dickinson is like stupid hot in this movie. is, since we're talking about horror, and we gotta talk about, I don't know if this is your favorite horror director, I'm assuming it is, knowing you. Nevertheless, he's made a bunch of great horror movies that I know you like. John Carpenter's The Thing. So, funny story. So, at the record store, Academy Records, and they have I'm going through the movies, and I go, oh, bet, I see this there, and I see a couple of John Carpenter movies there, and I'm trying to decide, do I get him Thing, or do I get him Escape from New York? And I was only getting you one, because I had other stuff I wanted to get you. I didn't want to, like, OD on J. Carp. So, I was like, couldn't figure out which one was which, and then I thought, well, wait a minute, it's late November, Etienne loves the cold, so if Etienne loves the cold, he's getting The Thing. That's how it is. That's how it is. The other cool thing about this is that it comes with a really good making of. It's like 80 minutes long. It's a lot of talking, but it comes with within that there's a really good bit with Rob Bottin, who's the who he is. He's the makeup guy and the horror guy. So a lot of like young Rob Bottin explaining how he did the monster stuff, which I have no doubt is something you will love. Great movie. My only beef with the movie is that the guy in the movie named Gary is lame, and I hate that because, like, why's the guy named Gary gotta be corny? This is the Luther Davis Group. You can be a star. So yeah, man. Like I said, I got you the J. Carp, The Thing, John Carpenter, big fan. Oh, speaking of which, by the way, I meant to mention, if the plot to Rio Bravo sounds familiar to you at all, it's because it's the exact same plot of John Carpenter's Assault at Precinct 13. There you go. That's admittedly where he took it from. So now you know. No, you have to battle. And moving on, like I said, we got a lot to sort of shimmy our way through here. We got you The Truman Show. This is like one of those movies that, like, I don't know a lot of people who've seen it, but everybody who's seen it loves it. And again, it's the kind of movie that's kind of, you were like, it's not a dark movie, it's not an angry movie or whatever, but it's the kind of movie that has this sort of like the tone of voice that you would like. You know what I mean? It fits within a sort of it fits under an umbrella that I think is yours. If that makes any sense. It doesn't, but nevertheless, in case you're not familiar with the plot of the movie, which I think you are, it is Mr. Truman here, played by Jim Carrey, is I love that break. Jim Carrey he was the star of a reality TV show. Unbeknownst to him, his entire life is a reality TV show, and one day he figures it out, and what is he going to do? It's great. The other really great thing about this movie is it's directed by Peter Weir, who is one of the greatest directors of all time. So if you wonder why, like, it's one of those things where, like, it's a high concept, high performances, good story, but it all comes together really well. It's why you need a good director, in my opinion, because like Steven Spielberg could have directed this and it would have been something entirely else, which is great because Spielberg's a great director, but like with Peter Weir you get this like really sharp point of view and everything. I think it's why it works as well as it does, and Ed Harris is the man in this because he's Ed Harris and he's always the man, and great flick, you'll dig it. Next one. If I had to pick one Alfred Hitchcock movie that I think, you hear that? Just how that came out of nowhere? It's nice, right? Nice little guitar action. Anyway, if I had to pick one Alfred Hitchcock movie that I think that's like the Etienne Hitchcock movie, I would not pick Psycho. Shock, shock, surprise, I know. I would pick Strangers on a Train. Yeah. And the more you think about it, the more you know I'm right. Simple premise. Two guys meet on a train, and two strangers. One of them agrees to kill the problem of one of them, and then the other one assumed to make the same agreement in return when in fact he doesn't, and that's when the drama starts. It is originally based on a story by Patricia Highsmith. Patricia Highsmith, you may recognize, is the author of The Talented Mr. Ripley books and a bunch of other books. A lot of other books whose names I can't remember at the top of my head. No, very, very, very talented writer. Really good stuff, actually. The Mr. Ripley stuff being, you know, off the top of the head. This actually comes with both versions of the movie, which is the final release version, which is the one that went out, and then which, you know, went out in theaters and, you know, everything else. It also comes with the preview version, which was uncovered or discovered in 1991. The difference between the two versions is I have no idea. I'm assuming there's a difference. I've only seen the main version. I've never seen the uncovered version. I had no idea there was an uncovered version, and so you'll have to tell me if it's any good. In any case, I got both versions for $1, so bong. But no, like I said, great flick. It's got Farley Granger in it, who you may know from Hitchcock's movie Rope. Another very great movie. It also has in it Patricia Hitchcock, Alfred Hitchcock's daughter. And great flick, you'll dig it. Boom. This right here you hear quietly in the background is Neil Young, Heart of Gold. I don't know, Neil Young's the man. I don't know, he's the man. What do you say about Neil Young, you know? Other than he wants to live and he wants to give, and that he's been a miner for Heart of Gold. What else could you say about the man? Nah, the mighty Neil. Next thing we got for you, I only got for you because I needed to fill up the $20 range, because I have a strange feeling you have it already. Knowing you, I'm like 200% certain you already have it. And that movie is Taxi Driver. Anyone who knows Etienne knows that this is his... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is his favorite movie of all time. I can't imagine him having another, like, it's either this or Bambi. That would make for a creepy double feature. Taxi Driver and Bambi? No, but I actually do have a funny story. So, me and Kaylee, shout out Kaylee Skelton, we went and did a Scorsese double feature down at the Film Forum. Shout out the Film Forum. And they showed Mean Streets, and then they showed Taxi Driver. And I don't think... Kaylee and I were like depressed for the rest of the day. We were like the world's a horrible, mean place. It's just everything was dark and gritty. Like, we came outside, it was dark and gritty and raining, and it was in the middle of the day. But no, I mean, I ain't gonna tell you how great the movie is. It's a great movie. It comes with a whole bunch of special features, which I'm not gonna waste my time reading because you can read just as well. Curious thing, who is your favorite character in this? Other than Travis Bickle. I know Travis Bickle is your favorite character. But I'm curious to who your favorite character is. I have a personal favorite character in this movie. And it's Mr. Harvey Keitel, who you see there. If I can get the light out of his face. Yeah, Harvey Keitel. It's just my favorite character in the movie. Not because I agree with him, not because of that at all, but just I really like how well he pulled it off. Plus, Miss Harvey Keitel with long hair, which, I mean, you don't get that a lot, you know. I'm a sucker for it, as you can see. But yeah, I got you your favorite, in case now you got one you can carry with you, which, knowing you, is probably something you would enjoy. So, bongo. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, big fan. We only have a couple more left. Not too bad. Sped through this kind of nicely. And, great saxophone. So this right here is the one and the only Billy Brooks with his song, The Jagged Edge. What can you say about this? You know what I mean? This is like, how to put it? This is like the music you listen to when you're like wearing a fedora, you have a half-smoking cigarette, and you're walking the streets of the city at night, trying to figure out where the girl went, and still trying to solve whatever case you're working. Because you have to be working a case if this music's playing in the background. It's great music, man. Great music. So, like I said, we try to keep one musically informed as we go about our movie knowledge. Nah, I'm bugging. But yeah, Billy Brooks, The Jagged Edge. He made a lot of really great music. He's very underrated, so definitely check him out. Next up, by the way, is, in my opinion, the best Thanksgiving movie of all time. It is Pieces of April. Yeah. No one's ever heard of it, I know. It is a good flick. It stars Ms. Katie Holmes, young Katie Holmes, too. Like, still doing Dawson's Creek Katie Holmes. And she plays the weird daughter who has moved to the big bad city, and she is hosting Thanksgiving for the first time for her family who is driving into the said big bad city to see her. Excuse me. And her family includes her very, psychotic mother. Not psychotic, that's not fair. The mom's just on some other. It's played by Patricia Clarkson, so it's great acting, but the bold choices in her act and how she never get how to put it. She never lets the character off the hook, and she plays the character honestly the whole way through. She never justifies for the character, which I think is really ballsy, especially for female actors who don't get a lot of parts like this. Plays the character with no apology, which is something I greatly respect. It also has the one Oliver Platt in it, who's one of my favorite actors ever. You've never seen him be bad in a movie. And this is a great example of it. He's so good in this movie. He's so great. And so we've got a really great supporting cast beyond them as well. A lot of people you're going to recognize from oh, that's the dude from that thing, and oh, I know her from this one thing. Sean Hayes is in this. Allison Pill, Derek Luke. I forget who plays the grandma. I'm trying to remember, and I can't remember who plays the grandma. But the woman who plays the grandma is very funny. And it's a really good movie. I don't want to call it a feel-good movie because that makes it sound lame. But it makes you feel good. And it takes place over Thanksgiving, which, now that I think about it, I can't think of too many movies that take place over Thanksgiving. No, I can't. Nevertheless, it's a good movie. I like it. I hope you dig it too. And there you go. Billy Brooks agrees as well. And then moving on here to the next one. I really like this next one. See what the next song is. Ooh. This is Ken Booth and Stranger Cole with the great reggae classic Artabella. Love it. A little rock steady action for you. It's such a great song, dude. Yeah, definitely check that out. Anyhow, next up is my favorite working director right now, period. Like, if I had to pick my favorite director who's actually making movies right now, it would be Bong Joon-ho. Did I pronounce that correctly? I never pronounced his name correctly. Oh, I did. Hot damn. Usually I get the names mixed up because it's a Korean name, so the letters get all mixed up and stuff. But this is his soon-to-be classic monster horror movie, The Host. This is such a dope movie, dude. Bong Joon-ho, in case you don't know, Korean filmmaker, I believe he's from Korea. He made a really great crime flick called Mother. You may know him from his movie Snowpiercer. That was his first big American flick. He has a movie on Netflix right now called I forgot what it's called. Okja. Okja. great, great flick. You'll really like it. It's about a giant pig. A live-action movie about a giant pig. I'm not making that up. It's really, really good. But this is probably the first movie I think that really kind of put him on the map as far as like the rest of the world noticing him. It's a movie called The Host. What ends up happening in said movie is this giant monster is birthed out of the Han River, and it eats a bunch of people, and it kidnaps a couple people, I guess like has snacks for later, and the family of this particular girl, one of the girls who gets kidnapped, goes after her and goes into the sewers of the Han River to find the monster, kill the monster, bring back, the missing kid. And it's so scary, but it's so good, and it's funny, and it's a great example of